Hey everybody, this is Matt with the Most Adequate Collection, coming with another video. Put my first one out last week, and I must say I was blown away by the response. I couldn't believe just by me putting something out there how quickly it would come across people's algorithms to where they watched a full 20 minutes of me rambling on about my collection and were nice enough to respond. Showed me a couple things. For one, as I'm learning about how to record and publish videos, when I record in selfie mode, I need to then flip the image before I post it. So everything was backwards. But that's a minor thing. But most of all, it showed me how special it is with engagement. Meaning it really made me feel good that so many people came and responded, commented, and shared some positivity with me. And it let me know that I need to be better about the same. Not only about following other channels, but just sending positive words of encouragement and enjoyment, and sharing what I like about what other people are showing. So I'm going to try to do better in all those things, but that's going to come over time. The subject of today's video is just an idea I had a couple of days ago. It was Thursday night, January 1st. I'm at work. I was working an overnight shift and scrolling across Facebook and was seeing a lot of people sharing their one-of-ones. And at first, I thought that they were just kind of bragging about what they pulled over the previous year, as you would expect, and as you should. I mean, if you're going to spend the money and the effort and the time to acquire these items, you might as well just share them with other people. But then I realized that they were showing their one-of-ones because it was January 1st. There you go. Uh, and I'm like, oh yeah, I've got a couple one-of-ones I could probably share, but I'm not going to get off work till the next day, January 2nd. It would be past the day of. It would kind of be a little bit late. But then I came up with a better idea, or one that I thought would work. I have a couple one-of-ones, but I also have a couple of really nice looking one-of-twos, January 2nd. But as luck would have it, well, maybe that's a wrong way of wording it, but get off of work at 8 o'clock the next morning, get home at around 9 o'clock, because I work a little bit a ways from where I live. But then 10 o'clock comes around and I've got to go to my middle daughter's wrestling tournament that's taking place at the Fargo Dome. It's a really big regional tournament. I saw the list. It's got to be 40, 50, 60 different schools from North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, South Dakota, all coming in to the Fargo Dome, which, if you don't know, is where the NDSU Bison play their football games. Lots of national championship banners have been hoisted in that stadium. But there's 20 mats strewn across the football field, just going one after another, after another, after another. And not only did I get to see my daughter wrestle, I also got to see her pick up her first pinfall win, which was very, very special to her. Man, I got to see it. I got it recorded. So that was really cool. But I don't get home till 3, 4 in the afternoon, take a nap, and then by the time I wake up, get dinner ready, there just isn't time to record a video and publish it. So kind of missed the boat on that too, but I thought it was such a good idea that I'm going to just do it anyways. So instead of January 2nd, one of two now can signify season 1, episode 2 of my channel. So here you go. Both of these cards I've had in my collection for probably well over a decade. Soon after they came out, I was really into Panini's Prime hockey product. I thought I was really into jersey cards at the time, or memorabilia cards at the time, because I got some stick cards too. And I thought Panini did just a phenomenal job of really honing in on making something different when it comes to their jersey cards. One of the things that they did was called Captain's Cloth, which is where they take either the C or the A from a jersey sweater, we're signifying captain or alternate captain, cutting that in half and putting one piece of swatch on one card, one piece of swatch on the other, and each individual player only has two. And it'd be taken from the same jersey. So in theory, if you get both cards, you could put them together to make the full A or C from their sweater. I haven't been able to do that, but I do have two of them. Two of them from two different players. One of them I'll show you right here, is from 2011 to 12 Panini Prime of Zach Parise. This is from a New Jersey Devils sweater, obviously. But I got this soon after he signed with the Minnesota Wild. Now, I'm a Penguins fan through and through, but living in the Fargo Moorhead area, the Minnesota Wild is kind of our home team. Still a 3.5 hour drive away from me, but as much of a home team as anyone would be. But still, kind of followed him. He also played his college hockey at the University of North Dakota, so it's about an hour and a half north of where I live. And it was a big deal at the time because the Minnesota Wild signed him and Ryan Suter to matching, I think, 12-year, $98 million contracts, which I believe is one of the only times in recorded history that a professional Minnesota sports team spent money on free agents. I think soon after, or more recently, the Twins spent on Carlos Correa and then did nothing else around him. I don't know. But anyways, there was a lot of enthusiasm around the team at the time and around him specifically. And so I started kind of developing a little bit of a player collection for him. I've got a few other really cool items of his, a couple one of ones even, but this is really cool. You get the big swatch, obviously, and they did kind of what they did is a minimal amount of bordering. So you really made the star of the card the swatch itself. But I don't even know if you call it a swatch just because of the size of it. But what you also get is it's not really a fold there, what you're seeing. That's actually a seam, the shoulder seam of the sweater that comes right down where that letter would be. So that's just an extra added feature, and you'll see it even more prominently in the other one. But you get the top half of the A. This is a New Jersey Devils sweater. He signed with the team the Minnesota Wild the following year. So luckily we didn't have that weird thing of where they sometimes do, of where they put the card with the new team, the swatch of the old team. Color-wise, it still might match up all right, but I like that it's a New Jersey Devils card, New Jersey Devils swatch. Matches up together really well. Perfect addition to my collection as a Zach Parise fan. Second one I have, being a Pittsburgh Penguins fan, fits even better into my collection because it's of a Pittsburgh Penguins player. And that would be from the next year of Panini Prime. So this would be Brooks Orpik, alternate captain for the team. Played for about 14 years with the team, won the Stanley Cup in 2009 with them. Was the alternate captain, I believe, for the last 3 or 4 seasons with the team. He then would ultimately sign with the Washington Capitals, I believe, in 2014. Played with them for 4 or 5 years and did win a Stanley Cup with them in 2018. So 2-time Stanley Cup winner, once with the Pittsburgh Penguins, once with the Washington Capitals. And just a beautiful looking swatch. You can see the next year, apart from the Parise card, they actually cut a little bit of the overall fabric short. I don't want to say, that might be the wrong way to word it, but they left a little bit extra room on this side of the card to actually put a player image on there, which I like. They did a little bit more of a shading job with the top phrasing, so you can kind of see a little bit more of a card design. But even though they added more to the card design itself, I don't think it took too much away from what they did with the swatch. Similar to the Parise, you get the seam coming diagonally from the shoulder seam there, which is really great. You see it a lot better with this one. And also, with the Pittsburgh Penguins, you get a little bit more of a bordering with the gold and the black. But then I think you can see it pretty well. You get kind of a herringbone texture to the black, which is just a little bit of a added texture, I guess you could say, to the card. But just a beautiful looking card as well. In both of these, ultimately, yes, I would like to get the other half, of course, either of them, and with equal desire. The question is, for one, can I find those cards? And two, if I am able to find those cards, would I be able to afford them? Now, in both of these cases, I don't remember if I got them on. I don't got them both through eBay. I don't know if they were auctions or buy it nows. But they were at a price to where at the time I could afford them and was comfortable paying that for it. Now, with something like this, where it's so unique, and yes, even though it's a one of two, each of them is a one of a kind. So even though, yeah, there is another one of them, it's going to look completely different. So even if one were to come up for auction or for sale, would I even be able to afford it? Because yes, it could come up with a one set starting bid on an auction, or it could come out with a buy it now of $1,000 because of the uniqueness of the card. But I think honestly, in either case, as much as I would want the other one, it's not so much of a desire that I feel that I would even be willing to overpay for it. Both of them, I want them badly, but I'm perfectly content with what it's been for the last 12 years that I've had the cards. That's just the only one that I've got. But it's still a cool enough card. And in both cases, I have them in my wall display case. Similar to what you see behind me with the baseballs, I have a card case like it. And I have them there because at the end of the day, it's kind of what I refer to as the eye test, meaning that if somebody who knows very little to almost nothing about cards can see it across the room and know exactly why that card's there, and it would still be something that would be impressive, even if I never am able to match it up with its partner. But yeah, that's just kind of what I wanted to do for now. I do a special, I guess, a belated January 2nd, 1 out of 2. So I've got two 1 out of 2s in my collection, both great looking cards, both that I don't plan on parting with anytime soon, and both that I'm looking for their partner. But at the same time, if that's all that these ever become, then they're both cards that I'm super happy to have in my collection, and I'm happy to show them off to you guys. And that's what I like about hockey. Being a hockey collector is just how colorful and unique some of these cards can be. I think baseball is gonna always be my number one, but hockey's my number two, and the cards look fantastic. So that's what I got for now. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you soon.